Ladies and gentlemen, we are live. MunDayne getting us started off just a little bit early on tonight's Madden 25 coverage. Two best of threes on your screen tonight. MunDayne under center as his Baltimore Ravens already making motion. Grabbed a stop on the defensive side. Now matriculating upfield here. MunDayne up against the Muskingum U, fighting Muskies, a different Muskingum U opponent than he faced in week 3 of his college football 25 semester. Adonis, following the forfeit L's he faced last week. We're going to get back in the win column up against Russell Sage College Esports. We'll have his matchup as it gets started later today as well. I'm your host, Sandwich. MunDayne, they're going to stay in rarefied air. Had a close 2-0 victory yesterday in his college football 25 match to stay undefeated. Nice catch. Able to take the catch and the contact to move the chains. Again, the opponent's getting more and more difficult week after week. MunDayne able to catch that linebacker zone. No one in the secondary able to cover that one once he gets past him. MunDayne able to slot it in for the score. Good eyes on MunDayne there to watch that was the CPU middle linebacker. We know how often users will like to play from that linebacker spot. MunDayne able to spot the CPU sitting in that zone. MunDayne got to get the lighting perfect. It's like we got the dog coming in on the bottom right corner. Everybody getting involved here early on in this contest. MunDayne back on the defensive side of the football. Under center, looking to throw some pressure. Muskingum still able to break out. Able to flip the field in a play. Out in the shadow of the red zone here from the 30-yard line. Throw it right at MunDayne. He cannot believe it. User pick not to be. I don't know how that's even possible, quite frankly. Might have been an error on the timing of when MunDayne threw out that intercept button. That would have been a guaranteed pick 6 for sure based on the positioning there. Instead, it'll be 2nd and 10. MunDayne all over this one as well. This time he'll come up with the interception. Second time's the charm for MunDayne here. MunDayne looking real good. 2 turnovers for the Muskingum offense early on in this game. MunDayne going to be rolling from inside his own 10. Quick RPO to Andrews. Throughout the semester, playing outside the numbers, daring your opponents to beat you schematically, or make these gambles on user swapping out to the secondary, these cornerbacks. Haven't quite been able to spot where Muskingum have been playing on the defensive side of the football here. But MunDayne's like these RPOs throughout the semester. Yeah, looks like Muskingum playing in the secondary. Went for the drag route. So the post route underneath wide open. MunDayne able to burn him. We'll stick with MunDayne here. I did not believe Adonis started his game early, so we'll get a status update on his matchup as we swap in a little bit here. MunDayne under center once more. The out route juke move to get the first and more. Very nice safety valve MunDayne's going to have on offense with Henry. This time going to get it right to him under center. Going to get shut down at the line of scrimmage. Under center, able to find the drag route to Bateman. Good for a gain of 8. Shoe clock already coming out. MunDayne going to take us all the way to the second quarter if he'd like to here. Going to do just that. Ladies and gentlemen, we'll take a brief break. Last week's scores, if you did not catch them. So we will check in on Adonis's matchup. His game seems to be starting up here. He's still waiting on his opponent to come through, so we will stick with the MunDayne coverage. But again, MunDayne closer than you might expect, 2-0 against Randolph-Macon. And Adonis unfortunately catching the forfeit loss last week. So a deceptive 3-and-run record on him because we know how he can play Henry. We know how he can run that football up to the 10-yard line for a gain of 5. His first rush for positive yardage in this game. Surely more where that came from. There's Henry out of the backfield. Loads of open grass. Strolling into the end zone for the score. And the PAT is good. We are not seeing the frenetic pace on offense just yet. The rapid 2-point PATs we saw when we watched Big Sneezy back in week 4. When we saw MunDayne a little bit in week 4, the Madden coverage. There's that special teams trickeration we mentioned if you were watching our stream yesterday. When it works, it's amazing. Pinning folks inside of their own 5-yard line. When it doesn't, you give them a massive head start. Send them to their own 40. That's where Muskingum's going to start on this drive. Run play, and it's a huge TFL. Loss of 4. Muskingum looking to push the pace. No huddle on offense here on second down. MunDayne all over this one. Went after the drag route. So the running back coming out of the backfield. Going to get us to 3rd and inches. Quick pass. Possession catch to Smith. Going to be good for the first down and nothing more. Us going to move in with the quickness. They're not going to start with the football in the 3rd quarter. So they've got to score in quick, and instead it's a huge sack. 2nd and 19. Brought down for a loss of 9. Great way to respond there on 1st and 10. Nice plays on MunDayne. Knew it was too easy. Thought about going right at Jalen Hurts under center. Recognized the screen pass was on its way. Shut it down. We have 3rd and 19. Need a deep shot downfield. Instead, more hands on the quarterback. 4th and long. MunDayne watching if the punting unit's going to come out. There's the punt. MunDayne going to have a chance to get 3 scores here in this half. They're going to take it. Not able to turn the corner. Going to get pinned inside his own 15. Loading the box? No, yeah, loading the box based on when MunDayne called Hut there. Juke move gonna move the chains. Oh, and an illegal man downfield gonna shut down that gain. Instead, it'll be 1st and 15. MunDayne, big chilling, well aware of that game clock. Going to take us right to the 2-minute warning. The illegal man downfield, not going to stop the clock that time. It'll take us to the 2-minute warning. MunDayne can leave with points. He can go for 6. He can leave with a field goal. He'll start with the ball in the second half. Got all the cards in his hands here. Nice usering on the rocket catch. Still brought down. Gonna be 2nd and 15. Elite stick work. Gonna go unrewarded. Liked the placement. Again, going for that rocket catch. Making your receiver catch the ball over his head. Gonna make it vulnerable if you're tapped before you can bring it down, though. MunDayne, loads of time under center. Lots of grass to work with here. Going for the scramble with Lamar Jackson. First rush of the game, good for 16. See the 2 clock there. MunDayne taking us to under a minute. 5 timeouts between both squads. May see MunDayne bring a couple of them out. Yeah, there's the normal timing here. MunDayne wants to go for these points. Does not want to deflate the entire minute remaining here in the first half. Able to find Henry out of the backfield for the first. No hurry up offense just yet. Matriculating upfield. Time not on their side. Still 3 timeouts to work with. The drag route. Nice catch for Andrews. The tight end on the post route. Or the corner route, excuse me. Such a massive target for MunDayne to hit out here from the tight end position. Still 35 seconds remaining. The clock stopped. Following MunDayne's first timeout, Henry out of the backfield once more. Trucking the first man. Gets brought down after the help arrives. 1st and 10 from the 26. 23 seconds remaining. Play action. One coming right at MunDayne. Gonna get brought down for the loss of 8. No field goal unit. Got to come out just yet. Still 1 more timeout remaining. Manageable field goal range. We did not catch the wind we're working with here. But an incredibly makeable field goal for Baltimore Ravens kicker Justin Tucker here. MunDayne not worried about throwing a kick, though. He wants to score some points. Instead, he rifles one to the defense. 50-50 ball, and Cooper DeJean coming up with the interception for the Fighting Muskies. Signs of life. A chance to score. Certainly a possibility. Would need to go the length of the field with 2 timeouts in 12 seconds. Oh, nearly a safety. Clock gonna be stopped. 2nd and 10. Couple of shades short of getting a couple points on the defensive end. Instead, it'll be 2nd and 10. Gonna run the ball to Barkley, able to turn the corner. 1 man to beat. The juke move to get past him, moving down the right sideline. Able to shuffle away 1. 1 second remaining on the game clock. An impressive run. Should be off or not as the first half is coming to an end here. Bring us to halftime with MunDayne, and we'll make the swap over to catch Adonis' match as it'll hopefully have started. The huge rollout, 50-50 ball to Barkley out of the backfield, broken up, and that'll be halftime. Really good half for MunDayne there. Had a chance to leave with some extra points at the end of that one, no doubt about it. Instead, MunDayne just going to have to settle for starting with the football. And this one is going to be interesting as we'll bring you in here, even though I have not updated the score sheet yet. We have got an Eagles on Eagles mirror match. The Madden 25 top 3 incredibly solidified. A lot of Chiefs, Ravens, Eagles. So we will add that he is the Eagles in the white unis here. MunDayne, or Adonis, excuse me, playing defense. Dangerous ball. They're going to throw it out of bounds. Can't throw an interception if you're throwing an incompletion. We're going to be throwing wide out of bounds here. MunDayne, or Adonis, excuse me, is the Philadelphia team that is winning this game. They'll be on that Cowboys logo. Based on the timing, difficult to tell if you just had a long opening drive or had a defensive stop before scoring. Dangerous ball. Adonis in the airspace. Had a lot of options to throw at. Caught in no man's land there. Going to give up the first. The Russell Sage Esports Gators here. With the unis to match, I might add. That did not transition our score bug that time. The Russell Sage College Gators. White and green are their school colors. Coming out with very similar unis here in game one. Adonis with a chance to shut him down here. 3rd and 5. The run to Barkley. Able to turn the corner. Break out into the secondary. The hurdle going to go nowhere. First 10-10 from the 34. Adonis sitting in his spot from the middle linebacker position. Crossing drag routes. Adonis not committing in either direction. Sage Esports able to burn him that time for the first. So one way to put a lot of pressure on these middle linebackers to make decisions. Short crossing routes, curls from the running backs. That might be illegal contact. Gonna be defensive pass interference instead. Mentioned it throughout the semester. Really difficult to get a defensive pass interference. Didn't look like Adonis got caught in the animation. Usually it'll be illegal contact if it's one of the users doing it. Pass interference if it's a CPU. Russell Sage happily taking that penalty all the way to the 2-yard line. Second and goal from the 2. The Eagles a notoriously difficult cover from this field position. Clobbered there at the line of scrimmage. It collapses around him. 3rd and goal from the 1. Need a TFL to go your way. Here at the 1-yard line. Right to Barkley again, who's able to find a gap for the score. Sage Esports tying us up at 7 apiece. The real-life Philadelphia Eagles, notorious for just how impossible they were to stop once they got that close to the end zone. Sage Esports doing their best. Philadelphia Eagles impression from the 1-yard line, able to punch it in on the ground. Adonis going to start from about the 30 with the touchback. Adonis under center. First trip on offense, at least on stream. Threw it underneath the coverage. Still able to force the drop. But that's that soft spot in the defense. Over the middle linebackers, right underneath the secondary. Barkley, window closed in a hurry. Going to be 3rd and long for Adonis here at the 31-yard line. Motion for that B route. Motion for Barkley out of the backfield for the first down and more. Got past 1, nearly got past 2. Going to be brought down at the 45. Adonis looking for someone with a step. Threw up a 50-50 ball. We know how dangerous those can be. Adonis lucky to come away with an incompletion. Gonna live to 2nd and 10. Looking for a window with Barkley. Can't find one. Little success on the ground so far. Adonis got to find 10 yards here on third down. To find a man, the perfect spot between all three defenders, out to the left sideline and all the way to the score. Touchdown, Eagles. Needed 10 yards, got a whole lot more en route to doubling his score here in game one. A great way to respond. Threw into tight coverage on second down. On third down, still showing no fear. Perfect placement on that football for the score. He will stick with Adonis through halftime before swapping back to MunDayne's game, who will more than likely be at the end of his matchup. We'll see if we can't get a brief update following this 1st and 10. Ball out to Smith. First tackle from Adonis. Not perfect. Able to slow him down ahead of that first down marker. MunDayne up 28-6 in the fourth quarter of his game one. We will swap over to catch the final score. But for now, we're going to stick with Adonis. Still in a tightly contested game here. Tight contest, slightly contested game, whatever you want to call it. Adonis still in a dogfight. The defense coming up huge. Not one, but two hands on Jalen Hurts that time. Huge TFL, 2nd and 19 for Sage Esports. The man underneath. Adonis in the airspace, forcing the incompletion. Third and 19. For Sage Esports, struggling here on this drive. Gonna need a miracle. That ball gonna be broken up past the first down marker. Would have moved the chains. Instead, we'll have 4th and 19. That is the struggle when you throw the ball into these tight windows, especially in Madden. It's so easy if you're knocked or jostled mid-catch animation to have that ball be dropped. The offense gonna stay out here for Sage Esports on 4th and 19. They want any kinds of points here as we approach the end of the first half. Gonna throw underneath the first down marker. Yards after catch for the first. Gutsy play from the Sage Esports Gators. They're able to keep this drive alive. First and 10, the rollout for Hurts. Adonis able to make the tackle short of the first down marker. Don't want him to gain any more yardage here. A field goal at the very least on the horizon for the Sage Esports offense. A lot of time being taken under center. Gotta find the perfect pass. Able to find the soft spot in that Adonis defense. Able to move the chains. We do want to catch the end of the MunDayne show. Minute and 40 left in their matchup. We will stick with Adonis here. Don't want to miss that final score if we can help it. Should be more than enough time as Sage Esports look to take us into halftime here. Trying to leave with 6 points on the way out. A lot of time under center for Hurts. Finally gets brought down. Able to air that football out, so no sack. 2nd and 10 with the clock stopped here at the 15-yard line. Under center, Adonis looking at those drag routes for just a second. That's all the time Sage Esports need to slot it in for the score. As that will do it for the Adonis show for just a little bit. We will catch the rest of his game following the end of MunDayne's game 1 here. Firmly in the driver's seat, but we want to catch that final. Talked about score differential. A factor in Muskingum U's head here. They're still looking to score, despite their chances of victory being fairly out of hand here. Down 20 with a minute left in the 4th. Roll out for Muskingum. Ball underthrown. The clock stopped. 3rd and 19 for the Fighting Muskies. Here, MunDayne, that score differential discussion the exact same way. You can get a couple of stops here on 3rd and long. The rollout coming in for the Muskies. Hurts circling around, able to find a window, looking to scramble out of the pocket. The football comes loose, but it falls out of bounds. Muskies able to maintain possession, but firmly locked up here. Got a gain of 8, but still 4th and 11. Quick pass, not going to be broken up and able to move the chains. Last time out for the Fighting Muskies here with 46 seconds left in game 1. More rolling out for the Muskies. Able to get the corner back to commit. Able to grab a first down and more as a result. Got to be perfect timing wise to either come up with that illegal forward pass penalty or force Muskingum to throw just a bit earlier. Oh, hands on the quarterback. No timeouts remaining. Sent all the way back to the 40-yard line. 2nd and 24 for Muskingum U here. 8 seconds remaining. Loads of time under center. That ball underthrown and it's caught. I wonder what the penalty is. Roughing the passer. Late hit. And Muskingum with a chance to leave with a couple of extra points here at the end of game 1. Out to Dotson, and the pass is caught. Not the widest margin, but a win is a win. 28-16 on the table if they can grab the PAT on the way out of this game.
I think the idea here is let's spread them out. Let's put all of our eligibles out there and let the quarterback get a really good picture. Where are the holes in the coverage? Where are the one-on-one matchups that I like? And let's put this ball in the quarterback's hand. Let him make a good decision.
2-point conversion for the Muskies. Hurts rolling out. Able to come up with the 2-point PAT. 28-16 going to be your final score in game 1. MunDayne will be returning with the Eagles as the Muskies did ban the Chiefs. We'll take a brief transition. Catch MunDayne's game 2 later on tonight. We will return to the Adonis show. Adonis still in a tightly contested contest here midway through the 3rd quarter. Lots of time taken under center here for Russell Sage. Gonna find a window open up the middle. Possession catch. Gonna get him out to the 5. That's where those possession catches are so important. Don't want to go for that run after catch. In that scenario, would have gotten clobbered Had a chance for it to be dropped. Instead, a gain of 1 there on 1st and goal. And stick with Saquon on 2nd and goal. And Russell Sage able to punch it in for the touchdown. Adonis gonna have to fight from behind. This game far from over. Looking back at Adonis's Madden score lines, he's done a good job of keeping them not quite close. Again, he's undefeated barring the forfeit loss that he took last week for the SEU Fire. I did not take a peek at the Russell Sage Esports win-loss column due to Swiss format. They're obviously coming in at 3-1. You wonder if there was a forfeit out there as well. Two teams with something to prove here. Adonis looking to turn the corner. Instead, it'll be a loss of 3 on 1st down. Hard-fought game ahead for Adonis. 2nd and 13. Going for the screen pass to Smith. The juke move. Gonna get caught between 2 defenders. Still gonna be 1st and 10 from the 43. Methodical offense out of Adonis here. On 1st and 10. The deep ball, and it's knocked away. Hit the receiver's hands, but knocked down as he comes down with it. Still going to be 2nd and 10. Dangerous coverage on that left side of the field. Adonis well aware of it. 50-50 ball comes down with it. Looked like that rocket catch once more. Throw it short of your receiver. Make him come back to it again. That overhead catch can be so dangerous for opposing defenses to cover. The hesitation move able to shed 1. Able to move the chains for Adonis here. Rolling on offense. 2 straight firsts as we approach the start of the 4th quarter. Again, Adonis rocking the Dallas Cowboys logo. Down a score in this one as we approach the final quarter of play. See how they look at Saquon out of the backfield. Going to be covered up. The drag route going to be open. Spin move going to get locked up tight. Just short of the 1st down marker. 2nd and 1 here for Adonis. Out to Barkley to punch in the 1st down. Able to turn the corner, make a man miss, and take it all the way to the touchdown for the Eagles. A monster on the sticks. No juke moves necessary. A problem with that left-right action. We are all tied up here in the start of the 4th quarter. Far from over. We'll see how Russell Sage operate their offense. They've got a chance. They are in the driver's seat for the go-ahead touchdown. If they can run an incredibly slow offense, matriculate upfield, chew clock. A little early in the game in the 4th to see if they'll commit to that sort of offensive style. Hit stick. Timing not quite there. Still going to come up with the TFL. Or the tackle for a gain of 5. Excuse me. Audibles under center. Adjusting that formation. Able to find a window. Able to get out of bounds as well. No, just short of out of bounds. The clock going to keep rolling. And the game clock going to keep ticking. A little bit of chew clock coming out for Sage Esports. Going to get us just short of 3 minutes left to play in the fourth. Ball out to Barkley. Good for a gain of 0. That's what we want to see if you're Adonis on defense. Need more of that magic as the 2-minute warning looms over their heads. Play action that time out to Smith, who's able to move the chains. Once again, short of that first down marker. Russell Sage, just what the doctor ordered right now. A slow, matriculating offense that's been able to run the game clock firmly in the driver's seat here. Adonis needs to come up with some stops. No first down that time on 2nd and 2. The first of Adonis's 3 timeouts coming to fruition here. Adonis looking to use the 2-minute warning to his advantage. An extra timeout in his back pocket here. Only going to really be valuable if he can get the stop on 2nd and 2. Can't find it. Sage Esports going to move the chains. So this time, able to use the 2-minute warning as his timeout on first down. Going to be far from perfect. Field goal range. Just about any yard now for Russell Sage Esports here at the 36-yard line. Play action once more. Rolling out. No intentional grounding in Madden, ladies and gentlemen. Just going to be 2nd and 10. Wise plays out of Russell Sage. Don't try to force anything. Looked like triple coverage to that drag route for Russell Sage. Going to bring us to 2nd and 10. Jalen Hurts able to escape out of the pocket. You don't go for the dive. You got to go for the slide. Instead, the football's loose. Adonis taking possession of this game. That's got to be user error. 100%. Dive is 1 tap of X. Or I believe also X on the PS5 controller. You got to double tap it to slide. I'm willing to wager that's some user error there. The dive puts that football in all sorts of risk, as you saw that time. And Adonis now in the driver's seat of this matchup. 2 timeouts to play. Still got a lot of field to come up with, though. Adonis able to find that window once more. 3 members of the secondary in the airspace. Adonis able to come up with the completion. No timeouts for Russell Sage coming out just yet. The run on 1st and 10 going to go nowhere. Out comes that first timeout. Now it's Adonis in the driver's seat. A long field goal, but certainly a makeable one for Adonis now. Want to move the chains at least one more time. Get rid of all these timeouts. There's that first down we needed. Russell Sage going to burn another one of their timeouts. Adonis approaching the 20-yard line. His game to lose at this point in time. He can comfortably take us to 0.01 and leave with a field goal here. No fumble. No interception. This time it's Adonis coming out with the timeout. That's an interesting one. Maybe looking to punch it in for 6. Want to see him keep this last timeout in his back pocket until 1 second on the game clock. 30 seconds left in this game. Not able to turn the corner. And there you see on your screen. Very makeable field goal. Adonis thinking about keeping the offense out here. He's going to do just that. The last play of this offensive drive. No, you got to call that timeout. He had chew clock on. Took us all the way to 2 seconds. That was not intentional. All was well that ends well for Adonis. He'll have a chance to punch home the game-winning field goal. The last timeout comes out for Sage Esports. Looking to ice the kicker here. 21-21 from the 20. Gonna get in the dramatic camera. We're gonna get real close, ladies and gentlemen. Here for the game-winning field goal. It's up. And it's good. 24-21, your final score here in the first match of this best of 3. Little close for comfort. Adonis with the ice in his veins. Clutch interception. It was the length of the field for the game-winning field goal. That is what we like to see, ladies and gentlemen. As he will be moving on to game 2. We will take a brief transition. See how MunDayne's matchup is going here.
Will score. Dallas Goddard. Touchdown, Eagles.
As it's MunDayne's turn
Elliott now for the extra
for the Philadelphia Eagles experience.
The kick is good. And the Eagles are on the board. It's now 14-7. So following the score, here comes Elliott to kick this one away.
High scoring first half. Special teams trickeration not going
Terrific return.
MunDayne's way as he lets the offense get out to about midfield.
Here's 1st and 10. Look wide. Get this one complete. And he's brought down after a gain of 6 on 1st down.
Dayne's surely looking for a stop here. Don't want to let this game get out of hand. Don't want to battle back from a multi-possession deficit if you can help it. 3rd and 4 for MunDayne for his Eagles defense. Deep ball. No one is home. Muskingum able to take it all the way for the touchdown. There's that multi-score deficit we were worried about. Breakdown on defense. Shades of what we saw yesterday in college football 25. No one on the go route because of that zone coverage.
But Greg turned it up and takes it into the end zone.
And that's the tricky part, Mike, that transition from receiver to runner. And in this case, he does it flawlessly. Look the ball in, secure the catch, and then get upfield and get yourself in the end zone.
And they're going to have his work cut out for him here.
And he'll kick this one away after the touchdown was scored. And this one is fielded in the end zone. Will not be
No special
returned.
team shenanigans.
Will come out to the 30.
Or Muskingum going to force the touchback.
They'll start on the ground with Barkley.
Is MunDayne a rare sight
Somewhere to move forward, but nothing
for the man who's undefeated
for the loss of a yard.
in his Madden 25 and college football 25 semesters so far. A multi-possession deficit
We'll be back
to be battling back from here.
after this. Lost one on the last play, so now it's 2nd.
Did not catch the start of this game. Unsure where the possession arrow is. We may be able to tell with some context clues as we approach the end of the half. MunDayne's surely going to want to keep that in mind. A chance to either punch 2 consecutive scores if he can time it just right or prevent the opposing team from doing so. Brought down
As he threw,
before he could air it out to his receiver. Going to be 3rd and 11.
they come to the line needing 11 here on 3rd down. Throwing is Hurts.
Under center. Had a window, instead brought down at the 14. Lineman doing him no favors. Going to keep the offense out on 4th and 14.
Staying out there.
Wonder if it's a little tilt play calling. Come up empty here. You're going to leave your opponent knocking on the door of the red zone. Need an elite play call from MunDayne from the line of scrimmage. We know he's capable of it. What is that man cooking under center?
They're indeed going. It's Hurts.
Need some time. Going for the scramble with Hurts. A tough decision. Would have had to go 14 yards.
Big risk. Going for it in their own
Instead comes up empty. MunDayne doing himself no favors that time. Gonna have to play defense with a short field.
Jackson now to throw on 1st down.
Need to stop. Lamar looking to break out. Crazy that's not an illegal forward pass. But one play gonna get Muskingum right up to the 4-yard line. Quick RPO. MunDayne all over that one, able to break it up.
It's incomplete. What a good job defensively to meet him just as the ball
And
was
again,
flying.
rare scenes
It'll be second down.
for MunDayne. You got to play the long game. You got to play not just for this possession, but those in the future. The RPO comes up empty. 3rd and goal from the 5.
Back at the 5-yard line now.
Want to see your defense come up with a stop here. Even if you leave 3 points on the board.
For Jackson.
Whole lot of drag routes. Look at MunDayne playing QB spy. He is familiar with that game.
Back at the 6.
TFL for a loss of 1. Gonna pin him 4th and goal from the 6-yard line. Muskingum U, are they gonna play it safe or are they gonna up the ante and keep the offense out here? Make it a 3-touchdown game. They're gonna do just that. Boom or bust
Stay out there, but
for Muskingum and for MunDayne here. Would be the largest deficit we've seen MunDayne face through the semester if he gives up the score here.
Jackson.
A lot of time under center for Jackson. The pass is broken up. MunDayne's still in this fight and he's feeling it.
Wind up trying to throw for the
Gotta be hyped after that clutch stop. Able to break the ball up
4th and goal.
before it crossed the plane. MunDayne with signs of life midway through the second half. Out to Goddard. The football's loose. MunDayne able to come up with it. This has not been the game 2 he's been hoping for. That is insane. Not what Coach MunDayne drew up. Able to maintain possession of the football. Some blades of grass for Hurts to scramble. Not the fastest quarterback in Madden, but a tough cover. Under center, all the same.
2-minute warning.
Not the fastest. That'll go to that man under center for
We'll come back
the Baltimore Ravens. But Jalen Hurts not too far behind. He's got some wheels in his own right.
1st and 10.
Down to the 2-minute warning. For MunDayne here. The RPO out to Goddard. The juke move. Able to spin off one defender before being brought down.
Brought down after a gain of 6 on 1st down. They'll come up now for 2nd down and 4.
More RPO. Able to come up with it.
He's got it again.
The block was not quite there. Almost got hands on the football. Instead, it'll be 3rd and 2.
Down. A shotgun snap now to Hurts. Got him
MunDayne under center. Drag routes are elite. Going to be really strong options. These short out routes and these drag routes going to be real good options.
block as well.
To find receivers in motion, ready to run out of bounds and stop the game clock. Still 5 timeouts between both squads. MunDayne with all 3. RPO once more to Goddard. He's got 2 blockers. Going to get shoved,
And he'll be brought
but he'll move the chains all the same.
midfield. They'll fake the give.
More play action. The drag route uncontested.
21 Heisman winner.
Going to get brought down at the 33-yard line. Still moving with the quickness with a minute left to play in this first half. It's got a man underneath. One man to beat. Instead, he'll cut it back to the inside for the first down.
Inside the 25-yard line.
MunDayne looking to keep all 3 timeouts. Doesn't want to use a single one en route to the end zone. The offense has been cooking with gas.
On 1st down, it's Hurts.
This trip on offense going to move
Left side.
the chains. No, be brought down just short of the first down marker. Still no timeouts. Wouldn't be surprised if MunDayne going to start the second half with the football. Looks like he wants to score as 000s hit the game clock. RPO once more. Going to move the chains. And there's that first timeout. Dane wants to leave as little time of the clock as possible, but 1st and goal, you got a lot of time to work with here. You do not want to leave yourself with 2 seconds and just give yourself one play to really catch here with 4 shots at the end zone. Dangerous football. Force MunDayne overlead his receiver. Incomplete. We have 2nd and goal.
Hurts again.
Looking for the window. The pocket going to collapse around him. Out comes another timeout.
The 6. Here's a timeout for Philadelphia. That is their 2nd. As they'll stop it with 17
One
seconds
timeout
to
left
go.
to play. Not the end of the world as you've got third and fourth down to really work with here. Again, we don't know how the possession arrow is looking in the third quarter. But if you're MunDayne, you really want to punch 2 straight touchdowns if you can help it. Touchdown to end the second, and a touchdown to start the third. It's a completely different ball game. 1 touchdown at a time, however. Gonna throw it short. Somehow not caught. Gonna be 4th and goal. This time MunDayne going boomer bust, not bringing out special teams on 4th down. So from the 6, far from 3 points for MunDayne here. High expected value, but we've seen him struggle on the goal line before.
Interesting to see how they approach this 4th down after failing on 3rd.
Last chance for MunDayne to score some points here. On the way out, MunDayne looking to break out of the pocket. Instead, he's brought down. The 4th sack and a half. He cannot catch a break under center. It has been tough scenes for MunDayne under center. Forced to scramble out of the pocket repeatedly. And 4 sacks and a half. Not what you want to see out of your offensive line.
And a good gain. He's going to be marked down right at the 20-yard line. They'll come up here 1st and 10.
We'll take a brief transition as halftime approaches. Last play of the half. Going to be brought down at about midfield.
And he's going to be taken down as time
Will almost assuredly return to MunDayne's game. Adonis in a nail-biting game 2 of his own. 7-0 on his game 2 Washington Commanders. MunDayne is going to maintain possession to start the 3rd. We will stick with MunDayne. A close game for Adonis as well, but Adonis up a score in the 7-0 matchup. Meanwhile, MunDayne got a huge comeback on his hands here. Starting with the football to start the 3rd quarter. Large mountain to climb. If anyone's capable of it, it's that undefeated man under center. Toughest challenge he's faced all semester. Window underneath the defense, but it's broken up at the catch. Broken out. 2nd and 10. Clock stopped at the very least. No play action. Barkley going to keep it for the gain of 6.
Here's a 3rd down and 4. Operating from the gun, here's Hurts.
Space to throw the football, but he throws one to the defense. Hurts the last man standing between MunDayne and a pick 6. Rare scenes for MunDayne there. The pick 6 under center. 2 turnovers, 4 sacks. Not the game you're drawing up if you're MunDayne on offense. He's taking this one on the chin, but this has gotta hurt. Rare scenes to see him drop games in sets. He's dropped a couple of them throughout the semester. He's not undefeated per se, but he's undefeated in overall sets so far. Muskingum looking to make a run for it, put this undefeated streak to an end. Good news about throwing a pick 6, you get the football right back. Redemption here on 1st and 10. This time it's MunDayne looking to throw outside the numbers. RPOs worked wonders. MunDayne at game 3. Almost guaranteed. Able to move the chains once more. But you got to score in quickly. You need your defense to make some magic for you as well. So both sides of the football need to align for MunDayne to fight back into this contest. A lot of time under center for MunDayne. Got to find the perfect spot.
That'll be
A lot of time for
incomplete.
Muskingum to get the safety underneath the ball and bat it away.
Hurts will try it again.
We're going to throw it out to the defense. He's got some space.
Is Smith.
Second man brings him down to the 17-yard line. Hurry up offense all the time
Inside the 20-yard
for MunDayne. Every second is precious. And MunDayne excels when he's got lots of open field. Dream scenario if he can score right here. Instead, it's picked off. MunDayne cannot believe it.
picked off by the rookie from
Hurts got a blocker. MunDayne able to come up with the tackle.
set up with a short field.
The offensive struggles continue for MunDayne. Rare scenes
Often, Mike, that everything breaks right for this type
for that man on your screen, ladies and gentlemen.
Boy, is it beautiful.
Never thought I'd say this. We got to transition away.
Just flip around.
This game may be
Blockers trying to
out of hand. 3 turnovers, several sacks. We'll watch the Adonis show. Just a little bit of a palate cleanser. We'll give MunDayne some privacy to get back some composure. Meanwhile, Adonis under center with his Washington Commanders. Able to get some hands on Jalen Hurts. A TFL, a sack for a loss of 8. Adonis. We've seen him use his Washington Commanders before. Rare sights in a game with such a strong top 3. We've seen Eagles, Chiefs, Ravens ad nauseum. Nice little palate cleanser for Adonis on his Washington Commanders, up 13-0 here at the start of the 3rd. Adonis, that middle linebacker play under center. Talked about it. One way to beat it, throw 2 on a similar route. You got to commit one way or another. That time it's the double drag routes. We saw some crossing drag routes, forcing middle linebackers to commit in one direction. Hurts a lot of time to throw under center. Looking to scramble, throwing out of the pocket. A huge conversion, able to flip the field. SAG Sports just outside of the red zone. First and 10 following that big completion. Gonna keep rolling on offense, able to move the chains. Sage Esports now on 1st and goal. Had some options to throw, instead opted for the scramble. Going to be brought down back to the 11-yard line. Interesting scenes. It didn't look like he had anyone open for a touchdown, but the running back coming out of the backfield would have at least not been a TFL. The running back draw play for Barkley. Need a whole defense to stop that man. Finally get to him. For a loss of 2. Huge 3rd down in a low-scoring game. The difference between 3 and 6 cannot be understated. Gonna put Russell Sage in quite the mental conundrum if they can't convert on 3rd. The football's out. No hands on it. Finally, Russell Sage able to make the recovery. It'll be 4th and goal from the 22. Just got sent back repeatedly on offense. Feeling the pressure to score. They're going to keep the offense out here on 4th and goal. Saw it on your screen. Russell Sage have had a 4th down conversion go their way before. Highly doubt if it was 4th and 22. Surprised We're not going into deep three prevent, and that's why Adonis, trusting his defense, able to come up with the interception. He was looking for a little bit more. Could have stayed in bounds or in the end zone to force the touchback. Instead, Adonis going to start at his 1 yard line. Low scoring game. Points matter. Don't want to give up a silly safety here when you're as close to your own end zone as you can possibly be here at the 1 yard line. Eagles still going to rush for MunDayne or Adonis looking to break out. Able to dodge the safety for the gain of 0, staying parked right at the 1. Second and 9, a man uncontested, heads up play from Adonis. Air out the football, immediately knew he was going to take a shot. Able to get out to the 4 yard line. We have 3rd and 7 for Adonis here. Dodging the safety, but doing a little more than that on offense so far. Nice heads up play there. Gonna need more of that magic here on 3rd and long. I'm under center for Jaden Daniels. Brought down, no safety, but gonna be 4th down from the 7. And this is a gutsy play out of Adonis. Going to keep the offense on the field from the 4 yard line. All but guaranteeing points for Russell Sage if you can't convert here. But a huge punch to the gut for Russell Sage if they can't get the stop right here. Short curl route and it's knocked loose. And Russell Sage room service for a touchdown here, starting at the 4 yard line. Adonis called his shot, but came up empty. Russell Sage coming up empty on 1st down. But again, such a tremendous head start here. Need more of the defense we played that last possession where they were able to just pin Russell Sage further and further backfield. This time Barkley able to turn the corner, just barely edge out a yard. Wouldn't be surprised if Adonis went for the 2-point conversion there, and that's why it's 13-0 instead of 14 or 15-0. They're going to throw to the man outside. Pass is caught for the touchdown. Ladies and gentlemen, we have a game. Low scoring affair, and it's far from over. The PAT is up, and it is good. A lot of pressure on Adonis to keep his foot on the gas. 13-31 is your score in the MunDayne game. Still 4 minutes left to play out there. We will stick with Adonis. We'll swap for just a little bit to grab MunDayne's final score from game 2. That'll be a rare sight. Not very often is he playing in game 3s. We've seen him had some overtime periods, but MunDayne poised for a long set here in week 5 of the ECAC Madden 25 season. Adonis in the driver's seat, but you need some more points to truly put this game away. Gonna find the man breaking out to the outside. It's a foot race. Finally gonna be brought down at the 10-yard line. Going from red zone to red zone. A familiar sight. A whole lot of possessions occurring right in front of the end zone here. Nice play. Throwing as soon as the rollout was committed to by the defense. Heads up plays from Adonis. He's looking to get that 2-point conversion he missed earlier in this game back. The rollout for Daniels. Pass is broken up. 2-point conversion not going to go Adonis's way. But it's a multi-score game for Russell Sage Esports to try and come back from. Adonis doing his job on offense. As long as we don't see a total collapse on defense, this game will be open and shut. Even if Adonis can just force Russell Sage to take a lot of the game clock or use any timeouts. First and 10. Some time under center. Got to roll out. Pocket collapsing around him. Able to force the incompletion. Throwing it short so there's no chance of a safety. Still going to be 2nd and 10. Or an interception, excuse me. That time on 2nd down. Good for the gain of 8. Under center to the running back. Able to find the first down and more. No huddle offense for Sage Esports. Huge drop back for Hurts. Taking the snap and then dropping back a couple yards. Just that makes it that much tougher to throw to your receivers. That much easier for the pocket to collapse around you. Still no sack coming up that time. Still going to be 2nd and 10. Finds a blade of grass. Dangerous throw. Adonis all over that one to force the incompletion. Russell Sage looking to do their Adonis impression. Secondary staying locked in as the opposing quarterback was rolling out of the pocket. A lot of time under center for Smith underneath. Going to be short of the first down marker. Surely the defense going to have to play one more snap. As the offense for Russell Sage going to stay on the field here for 4th and short. Hurts under center to Smith rolling. The pass is caught. Toe tap good to move the chains out to the 26-yard line. Adonis caught in a foot race, rocking a hard place. 2 receivers running the same route. Nowhere for Adonis to lock that one down. This game is still a nail biter with 2:45 left to play. 6 timeouts between both squads. A 5-point game here. Adonis can settle for a field goal to force Russell Sage to grab a touchdown in the 2-point conversion. Gonna get out to the 26. Out comes chew clock. Out comes conservative ball carrier. Looks like Adonis looking to deflate this entire game clock on the ground if he can help it. Now some time to throw under center. Got to air out that football. Pocket collapsed instantaneously. Going to be 2nd and 10. Not Adonis' friend as the clock is stopped following the incompletion. Just a quick break. I want to catch the end of MunDayne's game. They've got about a minute left to play here. We'll be able to stick with Adonis just a little bit longer. Out comes the first timeout. Gut check for Adonis here. Russell Sage with effectively 3 timeouts. 2 timeouts plus the 2-minute warning upcoming in 32 seconds. Adonis going to have to move the chains a couple of times. He's going to run out the game clock. Tight coverage being played. The rollout for Adonis. Able to throw across his body, across the field for the first down. Adonis doing well to survey the field even as the rollout makes it difficult to see all of it. The 2-minute warning comes out now, and Adonis gonna need at least one more first down in my estimation. But a couple of running plays surely going to bait out these first couple of timeouts. There goes the second of Russell Sage's 3 timeouts. Following the 3-yard gain. Brief transition. Just want to catch the end of MunDayne's game. If we can help it. It's 27-34. So MunDayne did battle back to make it a close game. Was watching his onside kick. It went nowhere. So that may be do or die time. Adonis. Every single catch brings us that much closer to the end of this game. Moving the chains once more. And this last time out not coming for Russell Sage. There it is. I'm pretty sure it's victory formation season if I can do my math correctly. Based on the time you get on the play clock. And how much time that's left in this contest. Both players going to play it out, however. Quick pass catch for Adonis. Again, no timeouts to his name. And we will barely catch the 37 or the 34-27 final. Mostly just for scorekeeping purposes here. I'm going to wait for it to pop up one more time before swapping back to Adonis, as his set is just about wrapped up. Oh, we don't even see the final score. They're going right into game 2. And we swap back to Adonis. He's going right into the end zone. Don't need to run out the game clock if you're just going to score even more points. Adonis running up the score here in the final 30 seconds of play. The 2-point PAT is coming out. Able to find the out route. Possession catch for the 27-14 lead. So we did catch like a frame of the end of MunDayne's game 2. We'll be catching that final game 3 in just a little bit. Here's Adonis. A little bit of a victory lap. 27-14. Still want to keep that wide margin of victory intact for that score differential. The rollout for Russell Sage going to get tossed out of bounds for second down. No timeouts left for Russell Sage, so you need to be going out of bounds or throwing incompletions. Not giving up a sack. Adonis using one of his timeouts. He wants even more points to go his way. Third and 16. The pass is caught, but it's fumbled. Oh my goodness. Thought it was going to be ruled incomplete and broken up. Instead, Adonis has got the football back with 1 timeout remaining. More points could be incoming here in the final 10 seconds of play. Deep 50-50 ball is broken up. Incomplete. Boomer bust for Adonis here. Too far for a field goal. Got to go all the way for a touchdown. Not 27-14 will be your final score. Roll out for Daniels. Lots of open grass. Double coverage. Got his hands on it, but broken up on the way down. And 27-14 going to be your final score for Adonis. Again, took the forfeit loss last week on the cheek. En route to a strong 2-0 victory here versus the Russell Sage Esports Gators. He will move on to week 6 with a 4-1 record. Brief transition as we get back to MunDayne's game 3. Still waiting on his opponent to lock in. They've still not made it. So you again, we'll rerun through these previous games if you missed them last week. MunDayne a closer 2-0 than you might expect. 31-24 in game 2, 36-5 in game 1. So don't get it twisted. One of the games was a little bit lopsided against Randolph-Macon last week. Again, Adonis taking that forfeit loss to the Southeastern University Fire. We will take a brief break, ladies and gentlemen, and we will be right back with MunDayne's game 3 as he looks to keep that undefeated streak intact. We'll be right back, ladies and gentlemen. Don't go away. Ladies and gentlemen, we are back. We hope that you like Philadelphia Eagles Dittos, because we've got another game of Philadelphia Eagles Dittos. The special teams trickeration works out for MunDayne as he pins his opponent inside the 11-yard line. Excuse me, as we get the proper score bug out here. And we got both score bugs out here. Obviously not helpful. There it is.
And he'll take this forward for about 3. It's second down.
So we'll get it moved over just a little bit. The defense looking strong for MunDayne so far. And following the calamity we saw in game 2 of this best of 3, you want to see him come out strong. He had some momentum coming his way at the end of the game. Good to see him carrying that early on here in game 3. Deep ball out to the middle, not going to be broken up. They're able to haul it in to move the chains. 27 yards through the air. Able to get him to just short of midfield at the 41-yard line.
We want to possess the ball, give our offense as much opportunity to end as many drives as we can, scoring points. So if you want to stay on the field, you better be good on third down.
Tough break for MunDayne on the first set of downs. Able to get hands on that bubble screen. Still going to be a gain of 6. Muskingum, Barkley going to keep it. Going to get brought down. For a TFL, loss of 1. Going to be 3rd and 7.
He didn't give any indication to the offense that he was coming, and he's able to get through that hole and take the ball carrier down for a loss.
Here's 3rd and 7.
MunDayne's undefeated semester on the line here. Both teams coming in. MunDayne able to get in the way of the bubble screen. Going to break it up before Muskingum can get the football out there. Early on in the game, but both players intimately aware of the stakes. The offense going to stay out here on 4th down. 4th and 7, quick pass to the tight end, who's able to get the first down and more. So tough for MunDayne. 3 elite downs of football. And a 4th down conversion goes Muskingum's way to get him to the 31-yard line. End around for Smith, going to be brought down for the gain of 0.
Well, you can tell that the defense had seen that play on game tape and they were ready for it. They tried to do a little jet sweep pop pass out of the gun. Defense was
Hurts able to break out of the pocket. MunDayne the user that time. Not a great line. He's taking that on the chin. Again, middle linebacker position. Got to play those short routes. Got to play a little bit of QB spy against these top 3 Madden squads. Hurts going to break out once more. This time going to be brought down for the sack. That's what you want. MunDayne very much a ball-hawking middle linebacker. Muskingum have been able to take advantage of that. Another scramble for Hurts. MunDayne cannot come up with the tackle, and it's going to be 1st and goal from the 3. Muskingum have not been afraid to go right at MunDayne. At this point of the series, you are well aware of where your opponent likes to play that user defense. Muskingum had no problem going right past MunDayne. MunDayne's been trying to find success breaking up the pass game. Muskingum with 2 straight scrambles to get to the 1 yard line. The QB sneak. Little tush push action. Second straight QB sneak gonna get blocked. That's what we want to see. 3rd and goal from the 1. Still so tough to come up with the stop from this position, especially against the Philadelphia Eagles. We've talked about them ad nauseum tonight with how many Philadelphia Eagles squads we've seen out here. Looks like a pass. MunDayne's got to be aware. This time the end around for Smith, who's able to slot it in for the score. A tough break for MunDayne. That trip on defense. So he gives up the opening touchdown.
He knocks it through, and the Eagles will take a 7-0 lead.
Gotta be locked in here. MunDayne, that drive, major point of emphasis. Those scramble plays.
So following the score,
Can't designate a QB spy schematically. That's gotta be MunDayne's job with how he's playing user defense from the middle linebacker position. Gave up several scrambles to the Muskingum University quarterback for big yardage. Gotta let bygones be bygones, at least for now, and respond on offense.
right to the air, it's Hurts.
Same 1st and 10. Quick dump off to Barkley out of the backfield.
And he's going to get this one
Good to move the chains out to the 43.
Hurts to the air on 1st down.
Able to find the corner route to Smith.
21 Heisman win. That's Devontae Smith. Wow, they are moving.
Get into the opposing territory, the opposing 35-yard line. As we approach the end of the 1st quarter, draw play for Barkley, shut down for a loss of 3.
His momentum completely stopped there. Picked up
No huddle offense still going to bring us to the 2nd quarter here. 0
after 1.
to 7. Low scoring affair. That's one way to keep it a close game.
After this. Here's a 2nd and 12.
2nd and 12 here at the start of the 2nd quarter.
Now Hurts.
For MunDayne, able to find the corner route, almost had it picked off.
Effort there defensively. It's knocked away and incomplete. Devontae Smith, the intended receiver. And it's going to bring up a 3rd down.
Dangerous ball there, and MunDayne, 3rd and long.
Now
Here at about midfield. We find his man with a step, the rocket catch for the reception and more. Able to get past 3 defenders to get this game all tied up. He is hyped.
tight end as he takes it.
That's what we are talking about. Dangerous ball where only his receiver could make the catch. There goes that rocket catch we've been talking about, ladies and gentlemen. Throw it underneath the defense. Overhead catch all the way for the score.
This guy, he is a downfield weapon, and he just showed you right there what he's capable of.
Each team one possession, each team a score. 7-7 as they kick it off. On the
Special
return,
teams play goes nowhere. The dive.
get back to
That dive is dangerous. We saw it
that's where the drive will start.
in Adonis's matchup. Lucky it wasn't a turnover. It'll be 1st and 10 from the 20.
Play action. Here's Hurts.
Play action. Buy some time for Hurts.
Left side by Goddard.
Corner route
And he's out of
for Muskingum there. Good for the 1st down and more.
man in motion is Smith. A 1st down throw for Hurts.
Able to force the rollout. That's 100% on MunDayne. He knows it too. That's going to be illegal contact
Penalty flag.
from the middle linebacker position. MunDayne well aware of it. Illegal contact if it's the user. So you're happy you don't give up a defensive pass interference at the very least with how that corner route was developing. Still not too happy. Going to give up some yardage there.
Hurts looking to throw on first down.
Going to scramble out of the pocket. This time he's brought down.
His way back to the line of scrimmage, but that's all
Need the lineman to collapse the pocket. Don't leave MunDayne on an island.
he'll get this.
The blocker, not going to bear too much fruit. 3rd and 3.
Taken down.
Muskingum
They'll come up to third.
have been playing with reckless abandon, not afraid to go all the way to the 4th down if necessary. Still want to come up with the stop here.
Get this out wide.
Instead, they'll be able to move the chains
He's gonna have the first down. What great work after the catch.
off of the short completion.
One of the easiest ways to negate these really good pass rushes in the NFL, Mike, is just to simply get the ball out of the quarterback's hand as fast as possible. And sometimes it's by design, sometimes it's
No man's land. What a catch.
nice job there by the quarterback, getting into the hands of his receiver.
Heroics through the air
Still get a first
to get him just outside 1st and goal.
First and 10, they go from the
Barkley with a huge window all the way to the touchdown. Been tough for MunDayne to find some momentum on defense as Muskingum punch in another score.
It's up and good. And the Eagles will move out to a
MunDayne
14-7
with the possession advantage. You will start with the ball at the start of the 3rd quarter.
following the score. Here comes
Needs to
Elliott.
keep that in mind. He can run an incredibly delay offense.
This one is
He can spend 3 minutes on a touchdown drive. He can start
they'll take over at the 30-yard line.
in a game that's been all offense. Start things off with the ball in the 3rd, which could be huge.
On first and 10, it's Hurts.
MunDayne, dangerous pass.
By Saquon.
Hauled in all the same.
He tackled up around the 45-yard line.
MunDayne catching a break on offense as he moves the chains to the 45. Dared Muskingum to put some hands on the football, able to slot it right past the defense.
Here's a handoff.
Ball out to Barkley, the diving tackle.
He's back
MunDayne can't believe it. If he broke that one, had some window to work with.
again.
Instead, it'll be 2nd and 10.
From the shotgun, it's Hurts.
Gonna turn that corner with Goddard, able to do that. Looking to get to about the 2-minute warning here. MunDayne gonna take a deep breath.
2. He gets a first down with
As
that.
the undefeated season hangs in the balance.
It just comes down to you need somebody in the huddle to just make a play. And it wasn't a whole lot fancy here. The quarterback just dumps the ball down, a quick underneath completion, and then really it's the yards after catch that did the rest. And that's what it takes. You're not always going to have the perfect play. You're not always going to dial up the perfect play against the perfect.
MunDayne looking to keep this drive going.
Sometimes players need to make plays, and
Able to find Brown with a step on his man for the first down.
Not until they get inside the 30-yard line.
Out comes Chew Clock, and there it is, MunDayne. Again, looking to score with triple zeros if he can help it here. 6 timeouts between both teams.
Quick throw on the
Quick bubble screen to Goddard, going to be just short of the first.
8 on that one. Most of it coming after the catch.
Muskingum in an interesting gambit. They're not calling timeouts. They're daring MunDayne to either score with triple zeros or potentially just run out of time.
Hurts will try it again.
Interesting gut check. That's a dangerous man. The safety lurking behind the play. They come up with the interception. I don't think MunDayne saw him. The green uniforms on the green grass, and I don't think MunDayne had saw the help coming from over the top. A tough break for MunDayne here. 30 seconds left in this contest. Out at the 3-yard line. Now the 5. Following that gain of 2.
So the Eagles
First timeout comes, and it comes from MunDayne.
clock is stopped at 26 seconds until the break.
And a tough break. MunDayne looking to get this football back with 3 timeouts to his name. No need to shut down any first down. have a chance here. Able to bump Goddard. Short gain of 2. Out comes another timeout.
Gain of just a couple and sets up third down.
Put yourself in striking position.
Utility of the tight end position really starts coming into play.
You can come up with the stop on 3rd and 6, and then 4th down. You can have the football back.
Split out in the
At least leave with a field goal with 20 seconds left to play.
linebackers, and a lot of times
No one with hands on Hurts, and Smith able to haul it in for the first down. There go any points at the end of the first half for MunDayne. Still got to lock in on the defensive side. Make sure you don't give up any last-second offensive shenanigans.
They'll look to throw.
Quick pass to Dotson, broken up for a gain of 3.
He'll be taken down rather swiftly.
Muskingum, out comes the timeout.
Just 3.
Still a lot of field left to play with just 1 timeout and 8 seconds left.
Until the break. 2nd and 7. They'll keep it on the ground here again.
Staying on the ground with 3 seconds left.
Tackle
There
made.
goes that last timeout for Muskingum. Making this next play effectively the last
Seconds
of the half.
in the second quarter.
MunDayne's still going to need to battle back
From the 30.
as he came up empty on that
Now to Hurts.
final drive of the first half. Looking to
And he's gonna be
push Muskingum out of bounds.
0-0.
And we have halftime.
We have reached the end of the first half.
Still very much a game
Coach, thank you.
for MunDayne, especially as we saw that second half momentum carry over in game 2.
In this second
Want to see him continue to have that upward trajectory
to get back at
as he starts with the football to start the second half.
here on EA Sports. And this one is fielded in the end zone. Will not be returned. So it'll come out to the 30.
MunDayne's got anything, any call, any formation he's been saving for a rainy day. Got to bring it out here
1st and 10.
with the undefeated season on the line here in week 5.
I'll run up the middle with Barkley.
Quick dump off to Barkley. The football's knocked loose.
It's
MunDayne able to maintain possession, but nothing going right for that man on offense right now. It is insane. Things in his control. Things out of his control.
most is ball security.
Everything coming down MunDayne right now. 2nd and 10
Able to fall on top of it.
from the 30. Able to find a man streaking with space, but he overthrew him.
complete.
A throw on the run makes that timing so difficult, and we have 3rd down.
It's going to be 3rd down.
MunDayne looking to avoid a 3 and out on this opening drive.
Here's Hurts.
Able to find Goddard, who's able to turn the corner on his man. These drag routes have been the saving grace for MunDayne's offense. They're able to keep this drive alive.
First down in this spot.
I know, I'm biased, but listen, you can't convince me,
Drag routes are nice. They're not going to win you.
especially when you got a guy like
They're not going to score you touchdowns in a single possession like some of these deep go routes, some of these deep corner routes we've seen so far.
the speed, the matchup problems that he creates.
Just keeping the ball in your team's possession is so important. The juke move to get to the outside. Smith with 1 man to beat. MunDayne going to turn the corner, go right up the middle. It's a foot race to the end zone for the touchdown. All stick skill for MunDayne, juking out several Muskingum defenders to get this game all tied up.
For a touchdown.
I'm just so impressed by the acceleration of this receiver, Mike. He catches what is a short pass, and he's able to turn it up the field and take it all the way for 6.
The drag route not going to score you touchdowns in a play. It looks like the slant going to do that instead. All tied up at 14 apiece. MunDayne responds in under a minute of play here in the 3rd quarter.
We are all square. 14 apiece the score as this one's away.
Special teams trickeration, not going to get past the return man. Going to dive onto the 20-yard line.
Protecting the football as he dives to the ground.
Pressure still on MunDayne to convert on the defensive side of the football. We mentioned that trouble guarding
They'll start on the ground with Barkley.
the football in open space. Don't got to worry about that too much on the run play for a short gain of 4 out there on first down. But when Jalen Hurts has been able to break out into space, Muskingum have been making MunDayne miss. Quick pass to Smith. Gonna break out for the first down. Had defenders in the area. Muskingum still able to break out for the first.
Dotson, the man in motion. On first down, it's Hurts.
Hurts with a window. MunDayne knows it. He gave up the illegal contact.
And they're going to bring him down, but there is a
Yep, illegal contact for MunDayne. Get him to midfield.
first and 10.
Following the Jalen Hurts scramble.
To throw, Hurts.
Once again, Muskingum sees those blades of grass. You see MunDayne running upfield, ready to play that ball-hawking middle linebacker position. Muskingum have been trying to take that chance every time they can.
By the time he was able to get through his progression to his check down, he ran out of time, and that's all the pass rush needed.
Quick dump off to Dotson. But MunDayne's got defenders there for 3rd and short. MunDayne, because Muskingum started off with the football and because of the struggles MunDayne have had on offense, it's got to force this offense for the Fighting Muskies to blink on defense, and it's been really hard to come up with those answers on that side of the football.
Here's a 3rd down and 4.
4 third down conversions for Muskingum, and they've been good on 4th down as well. Barkley right up the middle, able to find the first down, and a little bit more, shoving one man off with the stiff arm before getting brought down at the 19.
So taken down inside the 20-yard line.
MunDayne still searching for answers against this Fighting Muskies offense.
His eyes weren't just on that first down marker. They were on getting that first.
Hurts under center.
That's pretty impressive.
MunDayne had a man there, not going to grab the interception, just going to break it up
Well short
for the incompletion.
At this level, Mike, you just can't miss layups like that.
Tough scenes for MunDayne, still 19 yards of grass to defend here.
2nd down, Hurts.
A lot of time under center for Muskingum. Got to make a play on the football. Going to force Muskingum to take the early slide. He did not get hands on Jalen Hurts, but a stop is a stop. Going to be 3rd and 4
Want to keep this drive
here at the
going.
13.
Pick up 3rd and 4. To throw is Hurts.
MunDayne forced to make a decision. Which drag route are you going to cover?
And he's going to have the first down. They convert
Can't be in 2 places at once, and it'll be 1st and goal from the 7.
first and goal.
What an impressive drive this has really been, and it's a combination of big plays and 3rd down conversions. Now after that last 3rd down pickup,
Hurts draw play to the running back, brought down just short of the first. No, gonna power their way into the end zone.
it just feels like a big drive, doesn't it, Mike? Here in the second half, you got a tie ball.
Field goal unit coming out, MunDayne. Standard defensive formation just in case.
Play from behind.
We got
And the PAT is good.
momentum field. Come out of the locker room, take the lead. Now it's up to the other team to climb uphill. So great way, perfect way.
Tough scenes for Muskingum. They've been able to demonstrate they can score and they can take as long or as slow as they'd like. Meanwhile, a lot of pressure on MunDayne to score and quickly here at the end of this 3rd quarter.
And that ball will come out to the 30-yard line. They'll break the huddle. Coming up now for 1st and 10.
MunDayne under center. This mirror match throwing MunDayne some fits.
12 yards on
Dump off pass to Goddard, gonna be good to move the chains.
operating from the gun. Here's Hurts.
This time a pair of drag routes for MunDayne. Spin move. Gonna be shut down just past the first down marker.
46-yard line.
Offense keeps rolling for MunDayne here. Another dump off to Goddard. No block that time from Smith. So it'll be a short gain of 4.
Here's 2nd and 6. Again, Hurts.
MunDayne a pair of drag routes. It's Goddard with the step on his man.
He's got it again. And he's going to be out of
Every second so precious. We're getting out of bounds
the yard line with
even early on in the third quarter.
That's catch 3 just on this drop. And it gets his team a first down. Man in motion is Brown. Hurts again.
MunDayne the pair of drag routes. Brown out of the backfield. The football's knocked loose.
Balls out. The Eagles
That is insane.
Mike, we hear that term run after catch so often, and sometimes people miss that there's
Deflating for MunDayne. How many times has this football been knocked out?
into a run.
Just an unforced error. Perfect timing on the hit stick for the Fighting Muskies,
Put away.
forcing fumbles repeatedly
Front tip
here in this game.
all of that is kind of taken
So tough. 2 turnovers, not counting, of course,
one. You've got to secure
the fumbles that MunDayne have been able to recover. And Muskingum have got the football back. The timing for these hit sticks
get back to the line of scrimmage.
for MunDayne have just not been at that level so far.
great linebackers stand out from the pack is their instincts and their vision. In this case, the linebacker has his keys, brings him right where the ball is going, and he's able to make a play at the point of attack and keep this to a no gain.
Ball out to Barkley, looking to turn the corner in the 1v1, able to get past the one before being brought down
16
just past the first.
first down, Philadelphia.
And MunDayne in such a tough spot, been struggling on defense, and just again so deflating after getting that ball knocked loose on the offensive end.
Protect the lead and let the clock run out. You can't do that. Stay aggressive. Do what got you here. Continue to mix the run with the pass.
This time it's Muskingum
On the gas and try to
taking the air out of this game.
So both teams trade touchdowns in that frame as we get through the end of the third quarter. Back with more after the break. You're tuned in to the NFL.
MunDayne
EA Sports.
struggling for answers on this test. Only got to get one play. Only got to get one answer perfect. You can come up with a turnover on defense here. These short passes have made that incredibly difficult. Another short gain of 3.
Swiftly after a gain of just 3. They face 2nd down and 7. Dotson, the man in motion. Not Jalen Hurts. On
Gonna get hands on to Jalen Hurts. Instead, it's a 50-50 ball, and it's hauled in.
and he's going to be dragged down, but not until he's inside.
So tough for MunDayne. Every answer on this test has been incorrect. On defense, on offense. I mean, still such a close game. So many tough breaks.
aerial attack, so don't expect them to go
And the defense gonna break once more. Another touchdown being scored for the Fighting Muskies. The yards after catch have just been devastating for MunDayne on the defensive side of the football. And virtual perfection is gonna be needed.
Eagles have doubled their advantage. It is
Down 2 scores in the fourth quarter.
So following the score, here comes Elliott to kick this one away. The return team gonna let that one go. It'll go through the end zone. It's a touchdown.
MunDayne gonna need a response instantly, and even then it might not be enough with how little time is left in this matchup. Virtual perfection on both sides of the football field. Need to start right here on 1st and 10 from the 30.
On first down, it's Hurts.
Quick corner to Goddard, gonna move the chains.
And he'll be tackled up around the 45-yard line.
And this is a tricky part of the game for any defense. You find yourself protecting a late lead, and the age-old question is, do you remain aggressive? Do you try to just keep the ball from being thrown over your head and make everything be tackled and played in front of you? That's what every defensive coordinator struggles with.
Another corner route to Brown, caught going out of bounds.
Try to hold on to this lead here.
Heads up plays for MunDayne. We're gonna need all of these timeouts to have a chance.
Throwing is Hurts.
Able to find Barkley out of the backfield. No jukes going anywhere there. Going to be 1st and 10 from the 23. Want to score inside the 2-minute warning, so you've got a little bonus timeout to work in your favor. Short gain of 3. Want to see some pace out of MunDayne. Again, you want to take advantage of that 2-minute warning for in your favor on defense. Able to find Smith underneath. 1st and goal from the 6. Gotta lock in here in the red zone. Gotta lock in here on 1st and goal.
So they cannot take their time. I wouldn't be surprised to get them right back up on the line of scrimmage and try to score here now that it's 1st and goal.
MunDayne can't take us to the 2-minute warning. Gotta draw a play up here.
From the shotgun, it's Hurts.
All is brought out. Muskingum were all over that one. The user coming in to make a play on the ball. Able to shut down any yards after catch for a short gain of 2. Have a chance for one more play before the 2-minute warning if you still want to take advantage of it. MunDayne going to take us all the way to the 2-minute warning. Instead, he did not want to. Another tough break for MunDayne. He will not have the 2-minute warning in his back pocket following this offensive drive. Virtual perfection. First half of that perfection could be capitalized here. No touchdown on 2nd and goal. Incomplete, so the clock is stopped.
Like a closer in baseball. When you bring them into the game, it's all but over. That's exactly the case here. It doesn't result necessarily in a sack, but it was the hit that altered the throw just enough to end that play before it started.
2 plays at their disposal, but they'd love to get it right here on 3rd and goal. Hurts will try it again.
Out to Barkley from the backfield. MunDayne able to punch it in. Coach advising going for 2. MunDayne gonna be happy to play for the tie. Wonder if we'll see the onside kick come out here. MunDayne's trusted in his special teams with the standard kickoff trickeration, kicking right at the target zone line. Needs that to work out in his favor here. It's yet to do so in this best of 3.
Following the score, here comes Elliott to kick this one away.
Gonna fall just short of the target line.
The 20, so
Gonna
that's
start
dead.
Muskingum on the 40-yard line.
The 40
Needs to be perfect. Needs to hit the target line exactly to have a chance to flummox the opposing special teams. Instead, it'll be Muskingum from the 40. 3 timeouts to MunDayne's name. Gonna need to find perfection on the defensive side of the football here, which has been so tough to find in this best of 3.
And he's down on the other side of midfield.
Out comes the first timeout for MunDayne.
So the Eagles will use their first timeout here. They'll be disappointed there after giving up.
MunDayne needs a stop right here, ladies and gentlemen. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. Another first down. And due to the down and game clock scenario, it will be all she wrote if we can't come up with the stop here. 2nd and 8. Not a TFL. Not a first down either.
And they'll get together prior to this 2nd down play.
Yeah, MunDayne making the call. He needs that interception. We'll see if it's coming in hot here on 2nd and 8. Another pass to Barkley. The juke move back inside, and that'll be the first down. What should be the backbreaker on this matchup. MunDayne in tough spots. I believe that is all she wrote. Victory formation coming out for Muskingum here. 28-21, your final. Rare scenes for MunDayne. The undefeated season coming to an end as he will join Adonis with a 4-1 record. Tough scenes, ladies and gentlemen. We will stick here. This looks like no victory formation for Muskingum this time. Out comes the QB kneel once more.
And then the intensity and the strength at the point of contact for the tackle to keep this ball carrier to no gain.
And this game all but over for MunDayne. His undefeated season in Madden gonna come to an end. Still undefeated in his college football 25 season. But perfection no longer a possibility following the close loss here in week 5 to Muskingum, the Fighting Muskies. MunDayne took down a Fighting Muskies opponent in week 3 of college football 25. Fellow Fighting Muskie teammate getting some revenge there, ladies and gentlemen. That'll do it for tonight's broadcast. I've been your host, Sandwich. A somber end. Rarely do we see these series ending in losses. Losses have been a rare sight for our Madden and college football 25 competition. Hopefully we'll be able to get back in the swing of things in the W column next week. Until then, I have been Sandwich. Hope y'all enjoyed tonight's coverage. Again, we'll be back next week. We hope to see y'all then.